from Hangzhou. One match down and 4 to go in our opening session in a very picturesque part of the world. So, confirmation of the victory for Ferdinandia and Wijaya as we move on to women's doubles. And Lu and Tan, who, well, they've been absolutely sensational over the last couple of years. Olympic silver medalists, of course, and I'll probably think they should have won the gold. Won't talk about that with Jeff in a minute, but it's a big task for Jolly and Pullela. They have beaten Lu and Tan previously, though, so I wouldn't say that it's an absolute certainty. Very little is in sport. This is in Group A of the women's doubles. Top 2 pairs will qualify from the 2 groups for Saturday's semi-finals. And the crowd noise will tell you that Lu and Tan are on their way into the arena. Here they are. And their Indian opponents following on behind. That victory that they had actually was the first meeting. They've played 4 times. It's at the Asia Championships in February of last year. But Lu and Tan have won the last 3 meetings, all in straight games, most recently at the China Masters last month. There it is, there's the confirmation.
Black red and you red and white. Black red. Who serve? Who I serve? Receive. You receive. Yes, this side. Thank you.
Well, there's been a phenomena in this sport. 10 World Tour titles in the last 21 months, which is quite frankly a ridiculous stat. Mentioned the Olympics. They had 2016 against Ji Fan and Chen and lost that opening game. Lost the second game, ended up with silver. I mean, if you'd said to them 2 years ago, silver medal at the Olympics, they'd have snatched your arm off for it. But under the circumstance, I wonder, Jeff, if they're still kind of thinking what might have been in Paris.
I think so. They're still a young pair, so they've still got so much ahead of them.
Yeah, Lu's still 20, Tan just 21, as you see there. Took over the #1 spot a couple of months ago, and just get the feeling they might stay there for a long, long time. Teresa Jolly and Gayatri Pullela, ranked 13 in the world. You see it there, that is their best. Come here on a high, though, after winning the Syed Modi 9 days ago. Super 300 event on home soil for them in Lucknow. And they're a very young pair also, both 21. Pulella's actually an ex-singles player. Won a silver medal at the South Asian Games a few years ago in singles. Won a couple of minor events as a pair before that win last month in Lucknow. But this is a massive ask. Mai Leng Yen of Vietnam is in charge. And he'll be assisted by service judge Iris Metspalu from Estonia. Absolutely pivotal, you think, for Jolly and Pullela to get off to a decent start here, because Liu and Tan are such good front runners. You let them get the early initiative and the game's halfway over before you've even blinked.
On the right, Liu Shangshu and Tan Ning, China. And on my left, Trisa Choli and Gayatri Robichan Pullela, India. Gayatri Robichan Pullela to serve 2. Liu Shangshu, love all, play.
And of course, they're going to get the backing of this home crowd, the top seeds.
Service all, 1 love.
Well, a bit of good fortune, but it's one of the things about Liu and Tan, Jeff, is some of the rallies, they look like they're decidedly second best, and then for one shot just changes the whole thing around.
Yeah, I think it was that cross defensive shot. Just opened the court up straight away.
And this is where it gets really difficult for Johnny and Pullela, playing the #1 pair in the world in their own backyard. First 3 points have gone by in a bit of a daze. Well, that'll make them feel a bit better on the board now, the Indians.
Service over, 1-3.
Well, a missed opportunity from Pullela, and they're not going to have that many. They just have to take every chance comes their way. That's nice.
A really good challenge here. I think the Indians, they can't kind of play in a too defensive style and be too happy just to lift and keep the rally going. They really have to take the opportunities, because it's not going to be easy to hit through the Chinese. The Chinese defense is so strong.
Well, that's a collector's item. Tan doesn't miss many of those.
Service all. 5-3.
Admirable judgment. The back of the court.
3. Service all. 4.
Well, after losing the first 3 points of this match, the Indian pair have done well just to stay with the Chinese early on. Yes, only a few minutes into the match, but I've seen Lewin Tan win matches in 20 minutes or so against some opponents over the last couple of years.
7-4. Service over. 5-7.
Good play by the Indians here.
6-7.
Really switched on in those first 3 shots. Taking them early, just really trying to push them. Take the initiative, don't let it come to you. You need to go towards the shuttle.
Well, they're making them work, Jolly and Pullela. This is considerably closer, I think, than many thought it might be. We've only played 6 or 7 minutes, but they've not had it all their own way so far, Lewin Tan, despite coming out on top in that point. Got that all wrong.
Bit of mistiming. Maybe a bright light in the eyes or something. The Indians need to take advantage of this to stay within reach, at least within reach into the mid-game break.
Service over. 10-7.
missed it. So a 4-point lead, sorry, 3-point lead at the mid-game break for the #1 pair in the world. But credit for Jolly and Pullela for hanging in and making these two play it somewhere near their best.
Play.
It's just such a wonderful rally, that, from the Chinese pair's point of view. Starting with the flicker, and it just put them in the ascendancy in the point, but still the variation of shot, massively impressive.
Such good defense.
Ridiculous, ridiculous. How on earth did they win that point?
And the Indians did nothing wrong. What a great point by them, but just such good defense prior to this on the replay, but deadly in that finishing smash. The Chinese maybe just starting to find their groove now.
Well, can't begrudge them that. The Chinese pair have had a couple of net calls themselves already in this match.
Service over. 14-9. Service over. 10-14.
Two unreturnable returns of serve from the Indians, both clipping the net on the way over.
Service over. 15-10. Service over. 11-15.
Non-stop pressure.
Service over.
from Lewin Tan.
16, 11.
Yeah, there's just like no breathing space for the Indians. As soon as they kind of get themselves out of trouble in defense, then another one comes down. Just being suffocated in the defense there.
Service over. 12, 16.
Good interception there by Pullela. It's definitely their more dangerous combination, I think, with her in the front court, Jolie in the rear court. So they need to capitalize on it while she's serving.
You always feel watching Lewin Tan, even when their opponents are somewhere close to the top of their game and making them work, that if they have to, they can still go up a gear. And that is a very valuable trait to have at this level.
Service over. 14, 17. Service over. 18, 14. Service over. 15, 18.
Got to admire their spirit, Jolie and Pullela.
16.
And they're still within touching distance here.
What a great disguise on that jump, drop shot, cross court. Gave her that short lift. This is the variation they need to play with. If they keep playing too quickly, it's a bit easy for the Chinese.
Umpire Len Yen just giving them the message to hurry up, and I think that's reasonable. They haven't really been dashing. Big point this. The Indians can win it. Right in the melting pot this opening game. And they have won it.
Yeah, great pressure there from the Indians. Really stepping up in when they're in defense as well. They're really stepping in, just not trying to give that second lift away if they can help it. And they just have to be really patient in that attack, just like they were there. Because they know it's going to take quite a few attacking shots for them to penetrate the Chinese defense.
Well, applause for an excellent winner, but also I think there's a bit of relief, or there will be, if they get over the line in this opening game, because a lot closer than many expected. A lot closer than he expected, I think. Wide.
Service over. 18, 19.
Curiouser and curiouser.
We don't usually see those errors from Liu. Oh, it's very, very close margin, though. Could have easily just rolled over the other side of the net.
But pressure on now. And here's a game point, astonishingly, for Jolly and Pullela.
I think Liu really feeling that pressure. That backhand shot there, just snatched at it. Just looked quite rushed.
Well, that's long, but there were moments in that rally where it looked almost certain the Indians were going to win it and also take the opening game, but great defence from Liu and Tan. Liu particularly almost off balance at one point during that exchange.
Trevor, I think this is the importance of, if you are not the favourite or if you're getting outplayed, just to try to keep within that 2, 3, 4 point striking distance, because you get a few easier points, it gets to the tail end of the game, pressure increases and it's anyone's game. So Indians have done really well to get to this point.
Yeah, the odd error from your opponent, the odd net cord in your favour. Seen all of that. And we may be about to see Jolly and Pullela take this first game. Another chance for the Indians.
I think for me, Pullela is the one that's been really stepping up at the front court. So when she's defending, she's trying to push the shots back quickly, counter-attack. And in that situation, just coming forward, taking initiative. I think she's been the playmaker for the Indians here.
That's it. Well, who would have predicted this? 22-20. And the opening game goes to Teresa Jolly and Gayatri Pullela. And a potential huge shock on the cards here on the first day of these World Tour finals.
सा हाफ अटक गेला तो और थोड़ा और एक्टिव रहना पैर डिफेंस वो एक ही था और जब ये आगे जा रहा है गेट टू पोजीशन फास्ट और शायद ये सब पोजीशन अननेसेसरी ड्राइव उनको एयर लेवल पे नहीं जाए नीचे लाना है लिफ्ट उनको वो ड्राइव जाने में गेम में लेकिन एक दो ड्राइव नीचे ला लिफ्ट निकाल सकता है कॉन्फिडेंस स्टार्ट इम्पोर्टेंट है टाइम लेके सर्विस में टाइम लेके सिंगल不养说你说这他妈把只要人家打上第一个正报的，不要放球，特别是比分落后了，要会自己控制节奏啊。越是特别主要是防守，不要把他们挡。
20 seconds. Hold 20 seconds. Second game, love all play.
Nice shot.
Stunning rally. What a start from the Indian pair.
1 love.
Must be flushed with confidence after taking that opening game. It's the longest rally of the match. Mentioned that Jolly and Pullela came in off the back of winning the Syed Modi last month. Liu Tan also took down a title in November. China Masters, one of 6 titles they've won this year. Biggest was the Super 1000 in Malaysia back in January.
Pullela, ready.
How did she get
Got that back.
That was, well, it looked a lost cause.
Smiles all around there. What a great shot. Everyone thought that was finished.
Well, they actually gave the point to Liu Tan on the scoreboard.
Oh, wait.
I think they've got that wrong. Let's have a look. Well, we couldn't really see from that. Yeah, the point's gone to the Chinese pair.
Oh, really?
Just saw the umpire there in that slow-mo. Put his arm towards Liu Tan's side of the court.
No real argument from the Indians either, so...
We just crossed that off the list, Jeff, as a potential shot of the championship. Because it might have been. That's beautifully done.
Service over.
Well, they're certainly not intimidated, are they? No respecters of reputation.
Oh, nice angle. Oh, just out.
Yeah, and that reaction from the coach suggested, yeah, right shot, just fractionally wrong execution. What a point. And yet again, their stoic defence gets them out of jail. Lu and Tan.
5-2.
Rallies are getting longer.
Really intense rally there. This is what the Indians need to do. They need to play with their angles. They need to not really just play a straight game. And by that I mean not just conventionally lifting, drop, smash, etc. They need to create those angles, those different things that the Chinese don't see that often. Put them out of their rhythm, because that's where the opportunities are going to come.
The other thing that's been really evident in this match this morning is the sense of enjoyment that Jolly and Pullela getting out of it. Might have been a little bit of trepidation coming into this match. I mentioned they lost the last 3 against the Chinese pair in straight games, all in pretty quick time. But they are giving them a serious contest here.
4-5. Service over. 6-4. Service over. 5-6. Service over. 7-5.
It's the other thing, that unforced error, very, very rare. Jolly and Pullela hardly made any in this match. Another reason why they've always been there or thereabouts on the scoreboard in the first game and again in this one.
Pullela just trying to push it past Liu there at the front court. But great interception. Chinese are just so solid. It's hard to find those gaps. It's hard to find those angles that work. But the Indians need to keep searching for them and trying different things.
Service over. 6-9.
Delicate touch.
Service over. 10-6.
Nicely done by Tan Ning. Well, down metaphorically and literally, but certainly not out. Having said that, the Indians battling everything they've got. Even rallies where Liu and Tan look to be in the ascendancy. Somehow, Johnny and Pullela have found a way. It's another good example.
Good example of a good cross-court angle there from Jolly. Set up Pullela. It's tricky because if you play too many of those angles too early in the rally, it can really put you into trouble. So you need to play the more conventional shots to not put you in trouble first and then surprise them with the angle. And they're doing that quite well, the Indians. Lucky neck cord there. Actually, the Indian defense has been quite impressive for me. They've been able to sustain and bear with the Chinese pressure in their attack.
So a 3-point lead. Oh, and surely that wasn't given in, was it?
Yeah, that was called in.
That looked wide to me. Surprised about the call, not surprised about the challenge. Let's see then. Will be 11-8 if they're successful with this challenge. Oh, well. I need to visit the opticians first thing tomorrow morning because that's flush on the line. And now, just a point between these pairs. This is absorbing.
This is where the Indians can just stay within striking distance, just like in the first game. Anything's possible if they can.
Well, now we are going to go for the mid-game break, but it's just a 2-point lead. Jolly and Pullela still right in contention.
So a really good mini comeback from the Indians just then, but the Chinese staying in front by 2 points into the mid-game interval. Let's see if the Indians can keep hanging on and keep staying close.
Back the first time there's been any kind of a mix-up. Yours, mine, sorry.
I think it was even more confused because Pullela broke a string on her smash. I'm not sure why she went for that though, because it also was Jolly's forehand. But in the heat of the moment, you've got a broken string in your racket. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to know exactly what to do logically. You've only got a split second to make the decision.
And the other thing is, in relation to what you're saying, Jeff, about the Indians trying to keep it close on the scoreboard. Scoreboard pressure, when you're a game down and when you're expected to win, and you know that there's virtually all of the crowd are supporting you, that brings its own kind of pressure, that level of expectation.
Yeah, and the feeling of deja vu sometimes, because they were ahead in that first game, in control. And so even if you do get a buffer of a few points, then all of a sudden you might have some thoughts in your mind thinking, hey, wait, even though I'm a few points ahead, remember what happened in the last game? And that can also put the pressure on again.
14.
Well, communication errors not exclusive to the Indian side of the net.
Yeah, Liu with great placement of that smash. So instead of just downwards, that was quite high, just around the shoulder level of Pullela there. Just crammed her up. She was not waiting for that side.
Well, they are being made to work incredibly hard for this. Liu and Tan finally managed to establish a little bit of daylight on the scoreboard.
Service over. 13, 17.
So the Indians here really need to get at least the next few points, I think, to really stay in this match. Sorry, stay in this second game. To put the pressure back on the Chinese pair. That's great play, Pullela again, really searching for that front court. Let's see if she can step up as she did in the first game to really take that net away from the Chinese pair.
Inching their way towards the finish line in this second game.
18, 14.
It has been a mighty struggle to here for the #1 pair in the world.
Broken string. Just gonna keep the attack. Oh, and off the court to change the racket.
Well done. Maybe just at the corner of her eye, saw that there was only one opponent and took full advantage. No room for sentiment in this kind of a situation.
What a smart smash from Jolly. Usually what would happen is you would smash into the space of where the players left the court, but she's gone straight instead and moving the other direction.
Well, made that look ridiculously easy. It was the setup that was the key to it, rather than the actual winning shot, which was straightforward. But not often you see Lewin Tan outmaneuvered like that. So within 2 points again, the Indian pair.
Now the pressure comes again for the Chinese pair. So it was a tight part of the first game where we saw Liu make a few unforced errors, a few snatches at the shuttle. I wonder if the Indians are going to try to exploit that a little bit.
They are on terms. This would be a seismic shock if Jolly and Pullela could find a way over the next 2 or 3 points. Just feels like a big point there.
What a time to make a service error. The Indians just trying to get off the court to reset.
And they really have made so few unforced errors. Timing is everything. Another huge point coming up here.
Oh, how did you get that back?
Well, they found a way, despite some really brave resistance from Jolly and Pullela. And here are game points, 2 of them, to get Lewin Tan back on terms.
What an intense rally there. I don't know how the Indians got that one back.
No one said it was going to be easy. One saved, one to go.
And again, it's Pullela charging forwards at the net. Put the pressure on. Let's see what the Indians can do. They're in their favoured formation. Pullela at the front court.
What defence! Eventually they got worn down, and now we're at 20 all. Absolutely astonishing.
And again, Pullela, I know I keep saying, but she's really stepping up here. Jolie just so solid in the rear court to keep the pressure on. And then Pullela just with the interceptions and not getting too impatient when the Chinese get everything back. She just keeps the pressure on until she finds that gap.
And finally got one past the racket of Tan.
These are the points you really find out what you're made of. So much pressure.
Excellent placement. It was a cagey rally, wasn't it, with the first few shots. And then rather took it into her own hands with that cross-court winner. Excellent from Lu. Game point again. It's their third. Well, there it is, bit of an anti-climax really, that final point, but certainly Lu and Tan won't care. 22-20, they level the match, and they will feel they're now big favourites to go on and win the decider. However, Jolie and Pullela may have other ideas. One game all.
太顺了，你这个弧度正好，他那个身高，你知道吗？我在挑起来。对，你要不然就挑起来，要不然就出去，像你一样，不行放下来挑给他，我再去防守。特别是如果是Jolie在前面发球的话，更没关系，后面压力更小，对不对？牵着就行，还牵着就行。你小的时候你基本就准备太快了。而且你老是对你可以单手那个单手就是你看着直线就可以，或者是打球，对吧？然后后面是什么时候该加力？你其实你后面重杀太多了。 他扣完你以后，你避开后撤的时候，先点。说后段的话，对，就是我起来，对，先点。你如果重杀的话，人家一打他封不住，反而球速更快。你一直点他，反而对不准，对吧？那你也有一段打的很不断，如果是连续失误或者是人家追分，不要去还有前面击发球，对吧？你扣开他，你因为你不是没有，我要去戳，去堵住，然后防守的时候有时候。 跳完了，然后再去打，自己打上，打上完以后一定要去取球，让他围端住一点嘛。这样，这个来，揉出。
Final game, love or play.
So here we go then. Decider in this women's doubles. First group game for the world #1 pair in Group A. And I don't think it's going to be a straightforward task against Jolie and Pullela, who've been phenomenal so far. not going to win any prizes for speed of play. They really have been slow. I'm surprised that Wei Lang Yan hasn't had a word. We've had one warning, but that's all.
Missed opportunity there. The short lift. Jolie just going maybe for a little bit too much. But it was a great setup shot from Pullela, just taking speed out. Making Liu stretch so far forward.
Yeah, Fulda with the serve. She's on the back foot, Pullela.
Really good flick serve there. Pullela has been attacking and coming really quickly onto that return of service.
So challenging the call, the Indian pair. If this doesn't get reversed, just be a little bit of daylight on that scoreboard early on. Out by a long way. Just get the feeling that potentially Liu Tan might be about to turn the screw here.
Another good flick serve. Just to keep Pullela on the back foot there. Yeah, the Chinese in control now. This is where it's really easy for the Indians to kind of say, hey, look, we've competed well. We almost won. But can they keep pushing themselves in this third and final game?
Well, that's a good sign if you're an Indian fan.
3-7.
Such an effective shot, isn't it? Straight down the middle.
8-3. Service over. 4-8.
Unlucky there for the Indians. They worked really hard in defense to get themselves back into the point and give themselves an attacking opportunity, but there's not much you can do about it when your opponent hits the net like that and rolls over.
Wouldn't be denied.
Yeah, great sustained pressure here from the Chinese. Indians just clawing as much back as they can.
It's wide, and it's a 7-point lead at the mid-game break. And Lewin Tan look to have stopped the slide that nearly saw them out of this match in the first two games. 20 all, remember it was, having dropped the opener. Looks very different now.
Play.
Got the first unforced error we've seen from that pair in this game.
5-11. Turning. Play. Service over. 12-5.
That flick serve dealt with easily by the Chinese.
Service over. 6-12. Service over.
It's a really tough group, this. Purdy Tan, Tina Munitharan, and the Japanese pair, Matsuyama and Shida. The two pairings in Group A.
Yeah, the Chinese just playing with so much confidence now. You can just see them moving around the court so much more purposefully. They've kind of got this formation where they're kind of pressing on half court each until one gets an opportunity to move forward, and when there's that opportunity, then they come back forward really quickly.
Pullela. Play.
Great flick serve again to Pullela. And an easy finish. Chinese have really used that flick serve well in this third game. I think they've only flicked against Pullela receiving serve as well.
Pretty blatantly trying to slow the game down. Jolly, and umpire not having any of it. So, in full command now, Lewin Tan.
Service over. 7-15. Play left, Tan. Play on. Eight, 15.
Well, this is a spirited little mini fight back from the Indians. Still well adrift on the scoreboard, but admirable never say die philosophy coming to the fore here.
Good middle placement of that smash from Jolie. Just means that the Chinese have to create their own angle as it comes down the center of the court, and sometimes a bit of confusion as to who's taking it.
Didn't expect her to miss that.
11-15.
So that's 6 points in a row for the Indian pair. Surely there isn't another twist coming here.
Oh, the Chinese getting a little bit wild here. Just the last 2 points, just going for a lot. Getting impatient.
And you can hear what the crowd think. There's serious concern in the arena here. That was a very ragged point from Lun Tan.
Play on.
And another error from the Chinese. They keep trying to change the shuttle and trying to take a let. The umpire's staying firm.
Yeah, a little while ago it was the Indians that wanted to slow it down. Now it's the Chinese pair. Oh, well. That might be costly because it's just stopped their momentum. Surprising error, actually.
Great work by the Indians here, just within that striking distance yet again. Let's see if they can string a few more points in a row to put the pressure back on the Chinese. Great shot. Confusion from the Indian pair, just opened that side of the court up so much. Didn't overplay it, just placed it brilliantly right in that front corner. Pullela just had no push in the legs to get there.
That was beautifully done as well.
Service over. 14-18.
onto that very, very quickly.
Service all. 19-14.
Didn't expect that to thud into the net.
20, match point 14.
But here are 6 match points for Lu Shengxu and Tan Ning.
Pullela.
Well, it was a real battle. 81 minutes. It could genuinely have gone either way. But they come through 21-14 in the decider. And the world #1 pair of Lu and Tan do kick off with a victory, but Jolly and Pullela will think back and be extremely proud of their performance and also think what might have been.
20, 22.
But I guess it's the sign of a true champion pair when you win, when you're not at your best. They clearly weren't today, Lu and Tan, but they got the job done. So up next, it's women's singles, and it's Han Yue of China taking on the world ranked #4, Akane Yamaguchi of Japan, in a couple of minutes. What a warm welcome back to Hangzhou and our continuing coverage on day one of the BWF World Tour Finals. Formerly hosted the Asian Games. Also a G20 Summit here in 2016. In 2024, it's the World Tour Finals, and we're moving on to match number 3 of women's singles, which brings together Han Yue of China and Akane Yamaguchi of Japan. And